Hello, I'm Jordan. I'm going to do another tag today. This one is kind of unlike any tag I've ever done in that it's very sweethearted. It's basically a way to kind of show appreciation for Booktube, this little community that we have here. I think I tend to take for granted how rare this community kind of is. I've had one or two kind of ugly experiences that remind me that this is still online interaction. But for the most part, this is a nice refuge from that kind of thing, I think. And I think it's important to keep that in mind and to show appreciation for it. And this is the Booktubers I Love Tag, and I think it's a great way to kind of do that. I was tagged by Kelly over at Books I'm Not Reading, which is a magnificent channel. If you're not subscribed for some reason, I highly recommend you do that. I'm going to put a link to all the channels I mentioned down below. I'm also going to steal Kelly's method here and just say that if you're mentioned in this video, consider yourself tagged. I'd love to hear what all of you have to say about this. And the first prompt is, who was the first booktuber you subscribed to? I believe that was Katie over at Books and Things, which is a channel I discovered years ago before I knew that Booktube was a thing. And I was just kind of very pleased that, oh, look, wow, this is cool, a channel that's devoted to books. How awesome. And then, of course, that led me down the rabbit hole that is Booktube. But she still has a wonderful channel. I highly recommend. I'm sure most of you are aware of her channel, but if not, you should certainly go check it out. She talks a lot about Victorian literature, and she has a great insight when it comes to that. And she's also a massive Dickens fan, which I am not, but the way she talks about Dickens makes me really wish I was. Two is, who was the most recent booktuber you subscribed to? That would be Fraser Simons, and I subscribed to him because I was tagged in a tag he created, the Book Palette tag, which is a wonderful tag. It's a great idea, very unusual, and also very one of those great thought-provoking tags that you can't just rattle off. And I haven't really had a chance to explore his channel all that much, but from what I've seen, he has another fantastic channel, so you should certainly check him out as well. Three is name three booktubers you love / want to give a shout out to. I'm going to start off with David Wiley, who has a wonderful channel. He talks a lot about poetry, which I think is a little too rare on Booktube. Certainly there is some of that, but there's not as much as I could hope for. He also talks a lot about fantasy and nonfiction, history, things like that. He's just got a great kind of friendly, approachable demeanor. And he's also quite prolific, which is nice, and it's something I am not at all. And then I wanted to shout out Tori over at Hufflepuff Discovery. She is also fairly prolific, and she talks, again, largely about Victorian literature, but in a very approachable, fun, insightful kind of way. And I wanted to shout out Christina over at Books I'm Not, or excuse me, not Books I'm Not Reading, Books, Knitting, etc. And she is, again, very prolific, but she also reads very broadly, and she seems to read many books at once. She always has something interesting to say in every one of her videos, so certainly check out her channel as well. Four is, if you could meet one booktuber right now, who would that be? This is a really tough one. Aside from Kelly herself, who was just probably the nicest person in the world, I think I'm going to have to go with the wonderful Tom over at Tom LA Books. I've had a few conversations with him just over comments and over emails, and he just seems like an extremely warm and intelligent and just a great guy to kind of talk to. So I think I'd have to go with Tom for this one. And who is your favorite YouTuber that is not a booktuber? I'm going to go with a channel I recently discovered called Let's Talk Religion. I don't know the gentleman's name who hosts the channel. I'm sure I could figure that out. I've only been watching it for a short while. But it's really a magnificent channel in which he takes a kind of scholarly approach to examining various different religions and various different aspects within religions. It's just unbelievably fascinating. I've been watching a lot of that channel over the last week or so. So I'll link that one below. And of course, he is not tagged in this tag. Six is 14 booktubers. I'm not going to do that because, like I said, everyone who's mentioned in this video, consider yourself tagged, and please do this if you want. And seven is name 5 booktubers who are inactive that you would like to come back. I can't think of 5. I'm sorry, I'm not that up to date on the scene. But I'm going to think of 2. Of course, there's Jason Harrigan, who had numerous channels over the course of a couple years. And all of them were just wonderful. He was, he was one of those booktubers like Steve Donahue or Mark Richardson or Jack over at the Rambling Raconteur, who I'm pretty sure they've all read every book that's ever been written multiple times, so they just have a lot of interesting things to say. But he had also a kind of an interest in occultism and esoteric literature and stuff, which was fascinating. But I don't think he's going to be coming back, unfortunately. But it was great to have him here for a little while. And then there is one booktuber I think probably will be coming back, and that is Matthew over at Imp Books. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm sure he's probably just very busy or something. He hasn't made a video in quite a while, but he has a wonderful channel. He should certainly have more subscribers than he does. So go check out his channel too. And that is the Booktubers I Love tag. So thank you to Booktube, and thank you to everyone who doesn't have a channel that comments. I know there's plenty of you, so thank you for that. And thank you for watching. Have a good day.